Well, talk about some of the lifestyle stuff. It's more fun.
Lifestyle?
Yeah.
Which bit?
All of it.
All of it would take a long fucking time.
There you go.
Well, the lifestyle is like if you're in rock and roll, I think you owe it to rock and roll to be outrageous. If you're not outrageous, what the fuck good are you? You know, anybody can be normal, right? You can go next door and see somebody fucking normal. You go to work and see somebody normal. You see a rock and roll band, you want to see somebody fucking unlike anybody that lives anywhere near you. Yeah, that's what you want. I think you should get it too. You pay your money for the tickets nowadays, God knows. I just think it's like getting so clean and safe, you know.
You think so? More so?
I think the whole fucking world should have a condom, a huge condom put over them, reaching to the knees, you know. That's about the only thing I ever use a condom for, pull over my head and go rob a bank. I can't wear them. It's fucking hopeless. I tried to put one on once, 1963 I think, or 4, and I cracked up laughing so bad I fell off the fucking bed. Casper the Friendly Ghost, you know what I mean? And then she started laughing as well, she fell off the fucking... But, I mean, she didn't get pregnant, right? It did its job, but I just can't do it. Hopeless. I have a sense of the absurd, you see. Mm-hmm. That seems absurd to me.
So you got a lot of kids running around the planet, or what?
I've got 3 I know about.
Oh, 30 years without a condom, you probably get more than that.
Probably, but you know, there's lots of interesting stuff you can do to each other without actually, you know, the missionary position. Mm-hmm. I mean, people should be more fucking inventive. God knows there's enough books about it, you know. Probably all the books say missionary position or you will burn forever, you know. That's the other thing, isn't it? The revival of the medieval fear that's coming to you. Have you got that up here yet? The Bible punches?
No. A little bit.
It's coming.
3 churches, yeah.
It's on its way. As soon as you get people like these death metal bands doing all that shit over in Norway, the backlash has to come, right? They're just letting them in. They're saying, please come and dominate us, you know. Stupid, you know. I mean, America's insane now, you know.
Yeah.
Literally insane.
The abortion clinics and all that.
I mean, pro-life, so they shoot a guy.
Yeah.
He's somebody's baby too, right?
How pro-life are you then?
Yeah, how do they reconcile that in their head, you know? How do you fucking go around like that? Guy walks into a hospital and just sprayed the lobby. All he got was a receptionist.
Yeah.
What's she got to do with it, you know?
That up in Boston, that's where I'm from, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Disgraceful behaviour. And I actually saw a thing, what was it in? USA Today yesterday. And this woman was writing about this series on TV over there called Touched by an Angel, right? It's a return to, you know, family values. Don Quayle, spokesman. Some spokesman, that guy, huh? I think there's an E on the end of that, right? You ever hear about that?
Potato.
The potato, yeah, okay. So the family values thing, and like they do things where people stop doing something before it happens, you know, like a guy almost drives his son to suicide, or he almost does so-and-so, or she almost, like, you know, becomes addicted. Which is fucking, it's like wearing a condom, isn't it? You know, anticlimactic, as you might say. So this woman said that she thinks that angels are becoming more popular with, you know, general people, like, because she's felt angels in her life, generally, you know, at times of stress and in roadside accidents. You know, she said she was broke down on a lonely road one night, didn't know what to do, and this old guy drove up in a truck and helped her start her car. And when she turned around to thank him, he'd gone. Was he an angel? You know, at this point, hysterical laughter has to come in, you know. I mean, what the fuck is that, you know?
Yeah.
What are these people talking about?
So you get that in England too, huh?
Oh, I live in LA.
There you go.
When did you move to LA?
5 years back. Yeah.
How come?
Well, the sun's light out all the time.
Yeah.
Women wear about half the amount of clothing they do in England. Everything's half the price it is in England. Better. You know?
Half is better.
Well, I mean, literally everything in the supermarket is half the price. You know, everything.
You been to a supermarket there?
Yeah. Expensive, man. Yeah. Bad news. Thing is, in England, the wages didn't go up to match it. No, the prices went up, but the wages didn't. I don't know anybody who lives in England. I don't know anybody who lives here either. It's just too expensive, you know. I mean, if you're not in a real good job, I imagine you're fucked. Next step is Christianity. It's really weird now, you know. people are scared of sex and they can't have sex. I mean, so they're taking it out in different ways, you know. It comes through different. Anybody frustrated is a bastard, you know.
Mm.
All these people saving themselves for when they get the cure for AIDS, you know. Bent double in agony all the fucking time. I don't know what they're expecting, you know. How long do they think it's going to take? If they're not going to have sex till then, boy, are we going to have some witch burnings.
Yeah.
They're going to burn every motherfucker. They're starting with us, you know. And you. Not you, because you can always pose as a straight girl and like flounce away, but he can't because you've got long hair and everything. Your underboots are the boots, that's it.
I love that.
I could probably get away posing as a Highland cow or something. Come the hair over the face, get the horns on. Let me find out impressions. Go on then, ask me something. Be topical and insistent and endearing. Go on.
So I guess Jack Daniels is your favorite drink?
No,
No?
not particularly. Bourbon. I like bourbon.
Bourbon in general.
Yeah, it doesn't taste that much different if you really think about it. If you really try. I mean, you don't, you know. People have like built it up into Jack Daniels, you know. Who cares?
What's the label? You know, it's marketing.
It's not a bad design. I've seen better labels on bourbon. Evan Williams is better for a start.
Evan Williams.
George Dickel was better. George Dickel number 12 especially. 90 proof, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Wild Turkey Rye 101 is good.
Yeah, that's the strongest.
Green label with the turkey on it, right?
I think it's like beige, isn't it?
No,
Green?
the straight one, the straight sour mashes, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about the rye. They do a rye as well.
Uh-huh.
And Jim Beam rye, which is the same label but yellow.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. It's all relative, really. If it's fucking bourbon, you know, it's bourbon. If you mix it with Coke, you really can't tell anyway.
How much of it do you go through in a day?
Fifth. Something like that. Take the fifth. I don't know. I mean, how do you gauge it? You know, some days you drink hardly any, some days you drink more, you know. Depends on your metabolism that day.
Yes. Where did you make it eat? At a bar?
In Germany. And they supported us with King Diamond. And he was with them. He just joined them. Miserable Fate supported us before. And we got King Diamond in. And there was Mickey. We asked him to join up before, actually. When Phil Taylor first left, we asked him to join them. But he was busy joining Dokken. So I figured, well, you know, let him make his mistakes, you know.
Right. I
was brought up on people like Little Richard and the Beatles. I've got no time for somebody who just has a riff and pretends it's a song by shouting 5 words over it at regular intervals. That ain't no song to me. I've been trying to think of that fucking band's name all day. Is it Oppressed? What's the name?
Obsessed?
No.
Offspring?
Offspring.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like Green Day and Offspring, we played them a lot.
Yeah.
Slayer. Slayer, did you say?
No.
Oh.
We played
Green
them
Day
a
and
lot.
Offspring. Played them.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Both bands. Very good. Who else is there? There's a band in LA called Goldfinger who are very good. Kind of sound like the Sex Pistols crossed with the Beatles. It's pretty good. A lot of harmonies in that, you know, but like thunderous.
Do you know any Swedish bands?
I know a few more now because we reviewed about 10 CDs earlier.
No?
But,
Anything good?
yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I mean, Sweden's always been a rock and roll country anyway, right from the early days. They had the Hepstars and the Lords, you know, all them old bands. And the Hurricanes, one of them was Swedish. Right from the word go. ABBA, man, was Swedish, you know, they were fucking massive. I think that's the biggest export Sweden ever had, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For money, to bring money back in. Jesus, what a dollar export, ABBA, man.
Yeah.
Playing Vegas and shit.
That's still going these days too. Ace of Base and Roxette are huge
Right, that's right.
all over the world.
They're good too, ABBA. ABBA were great. I don't like Roxette, but ABBA were great. ABBA wrote perfect pop songs, you know, perfectly produced, you know, everything.
Good performed.
Just because they look like a bit dorky, don't matter. I mean, it's what you hear, right?
Yeah.
They were good songs too, considering in the beginning they couldn't speak English at all, any of them, right? Complete non-knowledge of English. They wrote pretty good songs, really. Except I drew the line at Fernando, you know. But it was still a great tune. They wrote hooks like nobody else, man. Like nothing on earth. They were like the Beatles at that. For a while, they just couldn't go wrong. All the time, ABBA, you know. And they wrote some exceptionally good ballads too. A couple of them. Thank You for the Music, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, and the Winner Takes the Fall, is it?
Winner Takes It
Winner
All.
Takes It All,
Winner Takes It All, that's it. That was
Dancing
great.
Yeah,
Queen.
love that.
Yeah. Oh, great songs, yeah.
Mm.
And see, I'm not supposed to like them, am I? By whose
Why not?
fucking rules, you know?
No.
They're so narrow now. They put us all back in our boxes, haven't they? The industry. You know, well,
But
you,
it's
you go
wider
there
now,
so as I
though.
know where to, like, shoot my market to, you know. What the fuck is that? For his benefit? I'm not doing it for his benefit, you know. It's like I said, I'm not playing our records. I'm not making our albums for the fans.
Mm.
I'm making them for me. You know, it's my fantasy to make records, right? So I'm doing it. And if I start trying to please people, because people don't know what they want until you show them, you know, and then they see it. You can't try and please the crowd because who knows what they're going to buy next, you know.
Now you go fucking crazy trying to
Oh.
make what people want.
Absolutely. You would have gone crazy in the 60s, man. Never mind now. Really nuts now.
I used to be the roadie for Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Got any good stories, no?
I can't remember most of it. Because we was all on acid then, you know.
Mm.
See, the kids have got hold of the wrong thing about drugs now, too. They think, drugs, right? It's not a mass heading, you know. It's like saying all food is potatoes. It's not true, you know. There's different drugs. Some of them are harmful and some of them aren't. But there's only two that kill people, as far as I know, and that's heroin and crack. I never saw anybody die in any of the others. Never. Except possibly downers, I will say that. Fixing downers, I've seen people shoot downers, which is very dumb, you know, because they're made so as you can fix them, with coagulate in them. So if you shoot them, you get embolisms like a golf ball in your elbow, you know. I've seen people do it over and over again, you know. In between their knuckles. I've seen one guy fixing his eye. All the other veins in his body had collapsed and he just got one left behind his eye and he was trying it like this, you know, with the fucking spike. How'd you go out the house? I mean, that's such a dumb drug, heroin. You know, it's just death. You are going to die, and it's not a very dignified way to go either. You know, all that, you know, elegantly stoned and shit. See how bad that is 6 months into it. You know, and you're hurting like fuck all day if you can't get nothing and throwing up projectile vomiting and doubling over, you know, cramps. Fuck that. I don't need a drug that gets me that high.
I never saw the appeal of heroin. You know,
I didn't try heroin.
Would get people hooked on it. I mean,
well, it's the thing itself is it's a physically addictive drug.
right? But why try it? I mean, why?
Yeah, if you know that, and God knows there's enough evidence. It's because every generation doesn't listen to the one before it.
Mm.
We make our mistakes, and you'd think if the next generation could learn from ours, then it would be an improvement, wouldn't it? You go on down the road, but no, they have to go around in their own circle. So that's all we ever do, go around in that circle.
Mm.
Like, I mean, religion's fanaticism should have gone by now. Christ, it's ages since we burned a heretic, isn't it? You know, it looks like we might start again soon.
Stuff moves in cycles though, like that.
Yeah, I've seen it come around 3 times in rock and roll, you know. Little Richard and Elvis and all them, and then the Beatles, and then the San Francisco thing, and then punk, full time, you know. And like, in between are these terrible people called Bobby. It's always Bobby and Billy. Bobby V and Bobby Vance and Bobby Vinton and, you know, all them fucking people. Jerry Lee said, Bobby this and a Bobby that. Bobby Lee Lewis, you know.
No, it's you.
It's mine.
Sure.
It's mine, get off. What is it? What size is it?
Extra large.
Oh, dear. Have you got a medium one?
Medium, you want? We got large.
Okay. That's probably medium, isn't it?
Well, yeah. You can have an extra large.
That's another thing, see. The merchandisers have got everybody wearing XXL shirts.
Yeah.
So they only have to make one size. Think how much cheaper that is for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Son of a bitch. And all these people walking around with the big old shirt on, you
I
know.
hate that.
And big old shorts. That's the weird one in America, right?
Yeah. LA.
People walking around like fucking bag ladies, for Christ's
I know.
sake. No style at all. You know. Hat on backwards, you know, great, fine,
Yeah.
go ahead, go for it. Even Mickey does it. Hat on backwards, you know. I mean, that is a fucking village idiot to me. He's like a moron, you know. You know, hat on, don't know which way to put his hat on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Beats the shit out of me, man. That's what I say, you know, how predict anything? How can you?
Yeah.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke, mainly. That's my basic philosophy.
Exactly.
Cultivate a sense of humour. Maybe you won't be the suicide capital of the world anymore. Actually, I think it went over to Finland, didn't it now?
Yeah, it was in Japan.
Is it Japan?
These are the students.
There's more people there, isn't there?
I don't know.
A lot more people there. It's not really a fair comparison.
No, percentage wise.
I mean, they have hotel rooms in Japan. You put a coin in and turn the thing, yeah? And you open the little door, and there's just room to crawl in and lie there. And you can stay there the night. Yeah. Coin-operated motels, you know. Sounds a little strange to me, but there again. Well, they aren't all small, you know. There's some huge fucking Japanese, you know. Hopes they get two and knock the wall through, you know. Sleep doubled over.
We get the bed for couples.
No, I don't think they do that. I never saw one of them. Possibly do it against the wall before and then go to bed. I suppose if you're really keen enough, you would get in one of them together, you know, for at least a little while. What a wonderful idea that is.
I know what you want, man.
No, you don't, Hans. You did that for you.
No! You know I like it warm, actually.
You like it warmer? Accounting for taste, is it?
Not that warm.
Not that warm. He's Austrian, you see. Never found out till he came on this tour that Goebbels is dead. Still, we all have our axe to grind and our cross to bear. I hope when Jesus comes back he tries to get out in Disneyland. He's going to let him in, he's got long hair, right? Second coming of Jesus, all these religious freaks, they wouldn't even let him in their fucking diner. Sandals, nightshirt, beads and long hair and a beard, right? Forget it. No money.
Yeah.
You know, so he'd be a vagrant immediately, carried off to jail for that for a start. Be in San Quentin, vagrant. Watching TV with the other guys, you know. Plus do a little preaching in there on the side, why not? He always say praise the dead. I don't know how they read the Bible, it hasn't even got a happy ending, you know what I mean? Would you like, I'll tell you what, I'll do, switch that off a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, mumbo jumbo, you know. Well, you close it halfway, yeah? Fucking hell. Let's not leave go of our senses.
What do you think about is it the old Viking religion?
Makes as much sense as all the others.
Yeah, it's kind of funny actually to read.
At least that will make you proud of yourself, at least. And not cringing about turning the other cheek all the fucking time. Are you not going to read it then?
No, well, I don't know.
You don't
it's
read?
really interesting. Yeah, I do. But
No, I'm rubbish in religion there.
no, yeah. I don't know how much time I had, but why are you going to read this?
So buying into
Just see if you
religion is
can
going
like
to
to read
hell.
it. That's all.
Yeah.
So you buy into religion and you go to hell.
No, just the way the world's gone. Life is so much stranger then, but it's all going to hell, you know. Life is so much safer now, but it's all going to hell.
Well, religion is almost so much safer.
Yeah, no, that's part of it, but it's not all of it. Business too. I mean, that internet fucking information fucking highway kills me. I mean, you know, that's how you give every secret you got to the government, right? You telling me they're not monitoring that fucker?
Right.
So every guy who thinks he's a bit of a radical, you know, with his special little calling card name, goes on there and identifies himself, puts his fucking arm, says, I'm over here, right?
Right.
Cracker. CIA must have invented that motherfucker. How are we going to find all these crooks? Well, we do this thing they can't resist. Give them all a computer cheat and then they'll all sign up.
Yeah.
It's a fair cop, you know. Hopeless.
I guess supposedly a lot of secrets have been getting put on the internet, right?
Of course. And addresses and call signs which can be traced, you know. Please put the handcuffs on me now.
Very young.
Yeah. You know, you could say I'm paranoid, but I've been right so far.
You been caught yet?
People used to say, like, well, I'm still out of jail, right? They used to say, oh, you're so paranoid, man, you know, because I used to hide my stash outside the flat, you know. It takes 2 minutes in the evening, doesn't it, you know. And they said, oh, man, don't be so paranoid, they're all in jail. And I'm not, you know. what was it, that quote I read today? Paranoia is the only guarantee of safety. Vigilance is not enough. And just because you don't think you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's an old one. Because they don't care if you're paranoid or not. You know, if they're out to get you, it doesn't matter, does it? Mind you, not a lot of bands get to Finland even, you know. And that's like very close to Estonia in language and,
yeah,
you know, makeup. It was part of Finland, wasn't it, I think? Something.
It's part of Sweden.
Part of Sweden, that's what I mean. And Finland was part of Sweden too. Yeah. Right? Part of Russia, wasn't it, Finland?
But both. I mean,
yeah,
Russia.
Going back, depends how far you want to go back. Yeah, Charles XII was Finland, wasn't he? Yeah.
Sweden had Finland.
He was a marshal of Napoleon's. Charles XII, the King of Sweden, was a marshal for Napoleon. Marshal, the King of Sweden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Bernadottes.
Yeah, right. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, still the royal line now is still of French descent.
Right. Well, the King of Greece is German. Constantine,
yeah. Yeah,
the Queen is
German.
The
Queen is
German. Queen of Sweden is German.
Right, King. Well, the whole English royal family comes from Germany. Yeah. Hanover, George I. We ran out of Stuarts. Queen Anne, so fat she had to be moved by 3 guys from her seat to her bed. Had like 19 children, none of which lived past the age of 12. Like the only one that did live was encephalic head, you know, melon head. Yeah, he died when he was 15, I think. Poor bastard, eh? All she did was have kids all her fucking life. He kept dying on her. No heir to the throne. So obviously we did the next best thing, like bring in a German who don't speak no English. Weird, eh? Weird, no?
All these dynasties are always fucked up.
No, yeah.
Who's king and what? It's all politics too.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. In the old days, it was like genetics and politics, wasn't it? You know, breed a damn good line, you know. Like Henry VIII was frantic to get an heir in England, you know. That's why he kept getting remarried, you know. Well, he only killed 2 of them, actually. One outlived him. You know. All the same, he was desperate for it. You know. Catherine Howard, bad news. Catherine Howard having an affair with the minstrel and with her brother and with somebody else, and the evidence was like overwhelming. What happened to that? And they got Anne Boleyn for witchcraft too, because she had a big birthmark on her hand. Oh no, she had an extra finger. That's right.
An extra finger.
She had 5 fingers and a thumb on one hand, and they said that was the mark of the devil. So no, that was it.
Don't just cut off one finger.
Well, get the head, you know, be on the safe side. It's incredible how the way people's minds work, you know. Like in Winston-Salem, you know.
Yeah.
She turned my milk sour. I beg your fucking pardon. Is there anybody else we can talk to, you know?
Oh, I had the flu. She made me better. Oh, she's a
witch. Turned me into a newt. Well, got better. Why do you know she is a witch? She looks like one. They made me up like this. Well, we did do the nose. A bit. And burn her anyway. I said burn her anyway.
Oh, it doesn't make the CIA look so bad then.
CIA are fucking disgraceful people. And they're just doing it for the sake of it now. There's no real enemies left except for like Iran and Iraq. That's about it, you know. But they're just doing it for the sake of it. They're spying on their own fucking people now.
Self-perpetuating.
Yeah. Like Hoover, you know. That rat-ass little bastard, you know. Through what, 8 administrations? More.
Oh, yeah,
in 1929 he came into the power, right? And he was right through Kennedy.
Yeah.
Nixon even.
He was a cross.
He died during Nixon's presidency, right? That's right.
Was it even that late?
Yeah. He died during Nixon's presidency, that's right. Nixon must have heaved a sigh of fucking relief. You know.
A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people. Like all that shit spying on Martin Luther King, taping his bedroom in the motels, you know, when he was on campaign. Taping him fucking girls, you know, what for? crack down on homosexuals, and he was gay himself.
Paranoia.
Yeah. He seemed to be fighting it, and then he won't be suspected, you know. Strange fucking people, man. As soon as somebody puts on a shark skin suit, I'm very suspicious right there. Who would wear that shit? You know, except for a bastard, you know.
You ever get a hard time touring the States? You ever get harassed by FBI or anything?
No. Once we were nailed by the Treasury Department when I was with Auckland because we had 11 grand in back taxes or something. They impounded all our equipment. Simon House said, "You're not taking my violin." This guy with the 38 said, "US Treasury." Here you are, he said. I have an extra bow.
Great.
Last page, you'd be glad to know.
No, that's great.
So what's this? Is this some sort of speech you do?
No, I do a column for R.I.P magazine in the States every month. About whatever I want, you know. It's kind of stupid of them, really. I'll probably lose them all their wages, you know.
So they just give you a free hand to do anything?
Yeah, I just do whatever I want. The first one I did was a speech about what a rotten bunch of bastards the rock and roll business is, you know, the business side of it. And the second time I did the same thing, but in Shakespeare. You know, I wrote it in like Henry V style, you know. Richard III style, really. So, "Good my lords, I have since I were but a brat about my mother's ankle been of habit to speak free and unhindered, and by their leave shall do so now, and seek no favourite bias or emancipation." See, that fucks Americans right up.
Yep.
You know? Americans go, "What the fuck did he say? Is that Swahili?" You know. And then I did
we need Hamlet to be translated for us.
I did one on guns, gun control. I did one on...
For or against?
Oh, against guns.
Against guns. For gun control.
Oh, yeah, the guns are going to shoot every fucking body if you don't stop them. You know, the cops have got guns. They're the only ones who are ever going to be sanctioned to use them in a shootout. What difference does it make if you've got a gun or not? You're going to protect yourself against the cops. What are you going to do? Shoot them? Good. So you're going to jail anyway, right? So what the fucking hell is that? That thing falls to bits in a minute.
I think they're talking more in like a revolutionary scenario.
Revolutionary. Well, actually, you're not having a revolution anymore, though. You know. Yeah. So the thing sort of is kind of obsolete right up, isn't it? That was when you had the Indians to worry about, right? Doesn't really apply now. They're using that as an excuse to build up like a stack of 20 rifles in the rack in the back of the cab, you know, and all that shit. I mean, they're all paranoids, all the gun lobby. They sent me, the NRA sent me 2 temporary gun licenses. I'm like foreigner, living in America, an alien, right? I have no guns at all. They sent me a license so I could get one. I never even wrote them. I never replied to any of their shit. They sent me stickers saying NRA, you know, the right to bear arms or whatever it is, you know, all that shit. They sent me 2 gun licenses, temporary ones, but I could have walked in the shop with that and got a gun. What the fuck are they doing? They don't know who I am. They don't. I could be a mindless fucking raving maniac for all they know. They just give me the right to buy a gun. Good show. Well, that's what they're doing. I think they're fucking dangerous people, man, if you ask me.
This was good.
Yeah.
I agree, and especially if they get a lot of money, the Lord will help them even bit more.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Send me your money.
There's one guy on American TV now, he only takes pledges of 1,000 and up.
For the evangelists.
Yeah, he don't want to know about 150 or $300, $400. He only wants $1,000 and up. Pledge $1,000, you know, and you'll help us all, you know, and you're still in the right hand of God. I guarantee it. Him, you know. So let me see the phone you call him on then. Or can I sit in at one of your meetings and then I'll give you $1,000, okay?
Doesn't work that way.
I feel the power in that guy that heals people on TV, you know, fucking ridiculous. Guy falls out of a wheelchair and dances up to his feet and dances around the stage. You know, seems unlikely, doesn't it?
Same people who watch professional wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Professional actors.
And those people that dance with snakes. Handful of rattlers in each hand and they're dancing around, praising Jesus, you know. They get
Well, they
bitten to,
sewed up the mouths on the snakes.
no, they get bitten to fucking bits. A lot of them die, you know. But apparently the faithful doesn't faze them, you know, because they figure God wanted him for a sunbeam or some fucking thing, you know.
They paid their $1,000.
Yeah, right, you know. Don't worry, he's with God now, you know. God moves in mysterious ways. He's too fucking mysterious for me, I'll tell you that. I don't like God or the devil. For me, they can both fuck off. You know, fuck off. See, no lightning. Isn't that amazing? They have demetallizing clinics now, you know. In
Oh
America,
yeah, I heard about that.
where they take away your armbands and your shirt with the nasty picture on it, you know. Give you a nice linen shirt and
Yeah, nice little
a pair of cufflinks,
skirt and-
a little shift or something, you know. And you have to stand with a load of other fucking bozos
Nice.
and sing hymns all day. And that's supposed to cure you from being a heavy metalist.
Heavy
I
metal.
think it's, because heavy metal is Satan.
Is it Satan's music? Everybody knows that,
Yeah.
right?
They're still talking that shit, huh?
I know, yeah. Oh, even worse.
More, yeah.
We had Mohicans for Jesus outside one of our gigs. All these guys with Mohicans who've been saved, you know. And they were saying the devil is in there. I said, how dare you, cunt, fuck off. You know, went out there and set about them with the crew, you know. But of course, whatever you do, you play into their hands. If you don't shout at them, they're there. And if you do shout at them, you're into the service of Satan. They cannot lose.
Yeah.
It's like I wrote in there about swagger. How can he lose?
Yeah.
Caught with the whore twice.
Yeah, but they've already
In
lost.
the same motel. And the first time he cried on television. And they forgave him. You know,
Yeah.
and his wife stood by him and shit.
Yeah.
The second time he got caught with her in the same motel. That's how dumb he was. And like, he retired from the ministry. He said, that's it, I've given up, you know, I'm evil and I'm tainted by Satan and all this shit. And he said, I'm leaving the ministry. And he left it to his son. You know. And then 2 weeks later he came out, he said, well, I've been talking to God, he said, and I've really been praying and, you know, bonding with Jesus and shit. And he wants me to come back to the ministry. Hey, fucking that's good.
God says so.
God says so, and who could doubt the word of, you know, through his servant and all that? Fucking hopeless, isn't it? And they went for it, you know.
Yeah.
They went for it because they wanted so desperately to go for it. That Jim Baker was a good one, all. Jim Baker hiding under his psychiatrist's couch. Wouldn't come out. I have this great vision of Jim Baker going into jail when they put him down. And there's two huge homosexuals with their heads shaved bald with tattoos all over them going, I found God too, Jimmy. Come in this cell. Oh, hello, honey. You like Jesus too, huh? Look at this. Oh, fucking great, you know. Half a pound of lard in one hand, you know. Waiting for Jimmy, you know. I do hope they put him in with them people, you know.
He went to jail?
Yeah, he went to jail for massive fraud. Over 12 million, I think. Oral Roberts built a prayer tower on his ministry. A theme park it is. The theme parks these motherfuckers
He has his
are.
own university.
Huh?
Oral Roberts, he has its own university.
Yeah. Oral Roberts. Oral. You know. Or, you know. He built a prayer tower. He said, my friends, I'm going up my prayer tower now. He said, I'm going to pray that you send me $8 million by Thursday. He said, I'm going to die of starvation up there. And he got 12 million by Wednesday. It's fucking hopeless, isn't it? I mean, people go for that shit. You know? It's just because they're scared, you know. They're scared of black people, they're scared of long hairs, they're scared of everything, you know. They want people to all be wearing seersucker suits again, you know. So
They want to be on the safe side.
they want to be on the side of, like, the moral majority, you know. But I've never seen anywhere with, like, religion run away like that except Islam. It's like Iran, you know, with Jesus instead.
Boston parts.
Most of it.
Nah, I mean, I'm from Boston. It's never really get that bad in the Northeast. I mean, down the
It
south.
depends who you speak to in Boston.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, of course.
On the street, nobody's going for it. We know that. Because the people in power are going for it, like hand over fist. You know, there's like all them lobbies, you have to say prayers in school. Compulsory praying.
Yeah.
Well, that's only one, you know, I mean, I always said a two-party state is only one thing better than a one-party state, right? There's not enough political parties in any of these countries, in our country or yours, England or America. Or here, for that matter, right? You only get 2 or 3, don't you?
7.
2 or 3 that are really going to be in the race.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
You know, one. In Sweden, you have one political party. It's been dominated by Social Democrats for
Forever.
years.
Yeah, but
Valium.
Yeah.
They lost 2 elections in the last 50 years.
So they don't have to improve anything, you see, they just keep winning.
Yeah. Okay.
Because nobody sees an alternative. You know?
People are afraid not to vote for them.
Yeah, no,
Well, everybody's
it's
scared
like
to vote for communism or anything like it, so they go for that as the watered down version. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, how can you have a social democrat? The two things cancel each other out. It's like National Socialism. You know?
I know.
It doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
CD
Well, I know that. Worry bomb.
Cardio sound.
Explosions that stop you worrying, is it? The recording of the sea lapping gently at a war-torn beach. Landing craft. You can buy videos now, you know, of a log fire in America.
What's that?
A log fire.
Log
A
fire.
video of a log fire. And you put it on your video and look at it on the TV and it
Oh
makes,
yeah, that's right.
makes you less stressful. Right?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah. And you can buy videos of like a forest.
You get a substitute for anything.
A forest, you know, gently waving and a field of wheat for like 4 hours. You know. So, yeah. Hey, this is good. Look at this bit. You know? But like my father, actually, I remembered this for the first time a couple of weeks ago. I'd forgotten it. On the radio in England when I was a kid, which was like quite a long time ago, they used to have the Carol Levis show, right? And he got on TV in the end, but in the beginning it was on the radio. Carol Levis and the New Stars of Tomorrow or something. And I remember my father saying to me, "Come and listen to this fellow, he's good, he's a juggler." A juggler? I was sitting there like listening, in case he dropped the ball, you know, or whatever it is. They put a juggler on fucking radio. And there was another one, a ventriloquist on the radio. Fucking Dole probably wasn't even there, right? The guy just sitting there talking in a funny voice. Yeah, the massively successful show went on for years, Archie Andrews, right? Fucking ventriloquist. I mean, you couldn't see his lips move, you were safe there. You know, the theatre of the absurd, you know. Wonderful stuff. A juggler.
I think the more absurd you are,
Fucking
the more
juggler on
believable.
the radio. I went over there and I was listening. He got me, you know. I said, wait a minute, he's a fucking juggler. No wonder I can't fucking hear anything. They're like subdued slap, you know. And now a television set, you know.
Yeah, this TV had to be invented.
Fucking tremendous. I mean, whoever thought of that? Had some nerve getting it past the fucking board of directors, didn't they, eh? What kind of sales pitch was that? I always wonder what Saddam Hussein offered George Bush to not hit Baghdad. What did he give him, for Christ's sake?
Yeah.
You know, what did he offer him? Probably the heads of everybody in Iran, actually, at the time. That Ukraine's where the problem's coming from, boy, I tell you, because they're broke and they're selling all their nuclear missiles. And most of the nuclear missiles are in the Ukraine.
A lot of them, yeah.
You've got silos full of that shit all over the Ukraine.
Why the hell not? If you're broke, I mean...
Yeah, I know, but
some-
who's going to
some
get them?
colonel, I mean...
Iran, Iraq, China,
Yeah.
North Korea. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Not just that, the scientists, too.
No wonder the sunsets are getting better, you know. I used to have this poster from the 60s in San Francisco, and it said instructions in case of a nuclear explosion. And it said remove all sharp objects from your pockets, move away from all sharp surfaces, put your head firmly between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye. That was it, you know. Sound advice.
That's all you can do.
What do you think of the lyrics? Do you read them?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It takes me a while to digest stuff like that. Get to hear it in the context of music, too, but...
Yeah.
But we get the album. We
Yeah.
listen to it.
Oh,
Are
the
the lyrics printed in the sleeve?
No, well, you haven't got a sleeve yet, have you?
No, there was only like a little
Yeah, a little gauze bag.
bag.
The first pro-war song I ever wrote, because I kept writing anti-war songs and people kept saying they were pro-war. So I thought I'd write a pro-war
Yeah,
one and see if I...
1916.
So I wrote a pro-war and see if I could get renowned for writing an anti-war song. Try that, see what you think of that one. That's that weird one with the
Yeah,
Bo Diddley
right.
sort of beat. Smoke too much. I smoke too much. Phone.
No, I can't do both. Hallo? Ja, du kannst mich wieder später anrufen, ich habe gerade einen anderen Anruf.
Right.
Oder ich rufe in 2 Minuten zurück. Okay? Ciao.
Okay. Wrong number.
Ja, servus. Da verstehen wir die Adresse am besten nicht. Was gibt's?
Do you go to Estonia much?
I've been,
Wegen Anfang, ja, aber fix nochmal, ich weiß nicht,
Good town.
So you got relatives over there?
no, just traveling for the hell of it, you know. It
Reicht's
was,
da, Moore?
before it was so easy before that boat sank.
Travel's great, you know. It's the only real education. It's when you find out how people are on their own turf, which is when they're being normal.
Yeah,
you know.
I have relatives there.
Sorry?
I have relatives in Estonia, so
Yeah.
I know the people have it. It's terrible.
traveling.
Nothing in the
Fucking
shop.
broke over there, isn't he?
Yeah, they get like, was it 150 crowns a month in pension. That's
Not enough.
Wann geht das jetzt genau los?
how much
Buy a long shot.
you get 3 beer here for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cheap to live here, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder. Nobody's got any money.
Exactly. You come over there with Western money and
Oh yeah.
Buy anything.
Yeah.
There's a Swedish guy living there. He got a Swedish pension, and he was a king there.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Actually, I
the
almost
rich
got
man. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
much
the rich man
money
of the
here.
village, like
Yeah.
the squire, you know. Hello, squire. You know.
Okay.
Actually, I almost took a job there working on teaching English.
Ich schaue, dass ich den jetzt erreiche und rufe die dann nochmal
The
auf.
academy
Ich sehe,
for
dass ich mal
like,
mit ihm in
for like the
Verbindung und dann muss ich
KGB of Estonia.
Ja, ist aus dem sehr.
And I worked the radio
Das
station.
ist sehr genau wie ich.
Someday I might do it though. I might
Yeah.
take them up on that.
Yeah.
It's a nice
You'd be
town.
found face down in the frozen ditch as soon as you taught enough of them.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of organized crime that's
Sure,
real.
there is, of course. Mafia, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Russian mafia.
Because all the stuff from Russia is smuggled out to Estonia.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Tallinn is
Ja, wie gesagt,
the
also bei uns ist
Nearest
es
port.
verlängert worden. Ich komme
most,
Ende nächster Woche kann ich nicht sagen, ich bin
criminalized
jetzt wohl in
city in the world.
Stockholm.
Is it?
Yeah, it's worse than New
Ich sehe aber
York.
nicht viel davon.
Anywhere,
Was der
any
Schießen
place.
kommt, das haben wir
Worse
nicht.
than LA, yeah?
Da war Stockholm wahrscheinlich schlau.
Worse than Detroit?
Yeah.
Schon mal doppelt.
That's going some, you know.
Also Wahnsinn, was den
Well, it's not so much like petty crime. It's more
Land ist
Yeah, organised shit, yeah.
Gangsters.
Gangsters. It's like bootlegging, same thing. People want stuff, they haven't got it, you've got it, they'll buy it. You know. Get their farm off them or whatever it is, and it's going to be worth a lot of money, real estate there.
Sehr geil.
Good place to buy it too.
Naja, anyway, ich schaue, dass ich den jetzt erreiche und schaue, dass ich mal
Nice
über
country.
die Gespräche herstelle, okay?
Yeah, pretty.
Gut, Matthias.
I imagine it's like Finland, isn't it? More or less. Forests.
Well, yeah,
it's
but
forested. It's
yeah.
not that it's only a million
Henning,
people.
aber das ist
Huh?
was ich
It's only a million
sage.
people
Yeah.
live in the whole country.
I know.
Noch nicht? Ja, da muss
I haven't
man-
been to
Used to be quite a few more before the war, eh?
Probably, yeah.
Aber wegen einem Fahrzeugschein. Haben sie dann vergessen.
They had the worst luck in the world. They had worse luck than Poland, those poor bastards, didn't they? Them in Estonia and Lithuania and Latvia. And the Latvians were very keen on Hitler. They all joined up with him, like, but the other two got fucking terrible.
Ein Theaterfabrik raus, ja.
Well, a lot of them, the fascism was big there.
Naja, die sind gleich auf Nürnberg.
In Estonia and Latvia.
And Lithuania.
Lithuania, they wouldn't have them. Lithuania was anti-Jewish, but they weren't allowed to be in the SS for some odd reason.
They're probably considered
Slavs, probably. But the Estonians were very Nordic, right? And the Latvians were very Germanic, so I suppose they took them too. Lithuania was too Slavic for them. I don't know, who the fuck works that shit out anyway?
Well, they had plenty of people.
Aber
in
das
the
soll ich schauen, dass ich
Nazis.
den jetzt erreiche.
I know that I've got this awful
Schau
photograph,
mal.
a horrendous photograph of like this bloodbath. There's all these Jews being beaten to death with iron bars by Lithuanian volunteers. And the German cops are standing around laughing. There's no SS in there. They're all German police. Then there's the Katyn massacre, which was actually the Russians.
Yeah, the Polish officers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thousands of them.
22,000.
All with the hole in the head, back of the head, and the hand stab behind them with barbed wire. People are such a great, race, aren't they? I mean, human race is so nice to each other. All we've ever really achieved is how to kill more people from further away. You know? That's our only achievement so far. We haven't done fuck all else. We're only one step above like witch hunts, you know. Probably half a step.
It's ideology. Fascism or organized religion.
Do you have to talk that loud? Just scream down the phone.
You should have a German in the background.
Yeah, right. And they are. Jesus, you talk loud on the phone.
What did you say?
You talk loud on the phone, you.
Yeah, Austrians.
It's not because you're Austrian, it's because you're loud on the phone.
Austria is very far away, so I need to talk loud.
Some Austrians are very quiet. Look at Ernst Kaltenbrunner. Although tall, Eichmann, there's a quiet Austrian for you.
Who?
Eichmann.
Eichmann. He was Austrian?
Yeah,
Really?
afraid so.
Adolf.
But he's dead.
Adolf was Bohemian, wasn't he? He's from the Triangle. Any more?
No. Tomorrow we need to leave 11:45. Wake up call 1 hour before. 10:45.
Hour and a half.
You're done
Hour
working.
and a half. 10:15.
Yeah, and then call me again an hour before.
Mm.
What was that?
Oh.
Oh, this is something. So I'll take this bottle of Jack then. And I'll take that Coke.
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Take it.
Whatever. Okay, pleased to meet you.